Hello everyone! Turns out Stardew Valley is full of secrets. In fact, there's an entire Wikipedia page just dedicated to these secrets, so that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. Some of these you may have seen before, others probably not. With the game this deep, there's no way that you've actually seen everything this game has to offer. I guess we might as well talk about the area I'm standing in right now. This is actually the unused mountain summit, and it's actually north of the train station. You can get there if you can sneak outside the map and work your way around. I'd like to point out that it's not on the wiki page, it's just interesting. Now let's talk about the infamous secret locked boxes. A lot of people do know these exist, but it's been a while since anyone's really mentioned them, so they probably need an update. Basically, there's 3 hidden locked boxes somewhere around town, one of them being right here. You can interact with it, but it doesn't give you any information on what exactly to do with it. We get our answer from one of the library books. So long as you found this one, it seems to read complete gibberish at first. But if you actually take the first letter from every word, they spell out not only the item, but the lockbox they correspond with. The top one being Super Cucumber Town, the middle one being Duck Mayonnaise Saloon, and the bottom one being Strange Bun Toy Box. Luckily there's only 3 items and 3 lockboxes, so this won't take long at all. Also, it's a matter of finding all the lockboxes. We've already determined that this is one of them. This one takes a Super Cucumber. Simply place that in there and you get rewarded with this statue. HMTGF with a bunch of question marks. A very odd looking statue indeed. Kind of reminds me of my ex-wife. The next lockbox is a little easier to find. It's in a startup saloon. In particular, way in the back room, because Gus likes to lock his secrets away in dark places. This one is right here. It takes a duck mayonnaise. Place that in there and you're rewarded with this statue. Now, I have no idea what these are or what they represent. They're probably some unused idea from way back when, but they're still in the game, so that's kind of fun. Now, the final lockbox, in my opinion, is probably the hardest one to find, because you need to be at least 2 hearts friends with Vincent, at which point you need to enter his room, and this is actually the lockbox. It doesn't even look like the other ones, so it's kind of hard to tell it even is one. Simply put the strange bun into that, and you're rewarded with this green lumpy thing, reminiscent of Pam. Now, there's not a lot of information available about these 3 statues. If anyone out there knows any more, do let me know. Here's a quick and fun little Easter egg for you. If you open up your menu, go to the map, and click on the Lonely Stone, it closes the map and makes the sound of a rock dropping. That is another curiosity in itself. Why is the Lonely Stone even listed on the map, and why can you interact with it? It doesn't seem to have any effect on anything at all, but it makes a fun sound, so that's alright. This next one brings us to the graveyard, where people from the past of Stardew Valley are buried because they weren't superstars like Grandpa, who got his own tomb. Also, this one is only available after you've donated all 4 dwarf scrolls to the museum, at which point you get the dwarf translation guide, because this tombstone was written in Dwarvish. You translate the Dwarvish: stand between the pillars 3 with gift as precious as the sky, a rainbow forged from land not sea, then galaxies will heed your cry. So it's telling us to stand between 3 pillars. I think I know where to find those, with gift as precious as the sky, a rainbow forged from land, not sea. Well, the only rainbow item we know is a prismatic shard. Now the 3 pillars it's referring to are in the desert, which recently grew some trees. But you can still see the tops of the 3 pillars. Not sure what they're doing here, why they're here. But if you hold a prismatic shard up in between them, you get rewarded with the galaxy sword and a neat little cutscene. I've already done it, so you don't get to see it again. But I'm sure most of you have already seen this one anyway. Also, in order to get this, you don't need to have done the dwarf scrolls to the museum. You can just bring a prismatic shard here anytime to get the galaxy sword. It's as easy as that. The galaxy sword, by the way, is basically the best weapon in the game. If you've ever been to Cavern, you might have noticed these strange looking plaques on the wall. Well, as it turns out, there's actually messages written into these. These are actually decipherable, and someone actually took the time to do this. Again, this speaks to just how deep this game actually is. There's so many different layers to it, you probably never really fully appreciate it. Apparently, the rough translation for the first one of these plaques is, "We are cursed, too much iridium," which may refer to this purple slimes. The second one roughly reads, "Wizard sealed us in this prison until the day a hero puts us to rest." That one seems like it might be a little bit dark. The wizard probably refers to the wizard in town that we all know and probably love. And the consensus seems to be that that plaque is referring to the mummies. And I mentioned on a recent video that on the 24th of winter, you can see Santa flying across the sky during the shipping screen. And on an extraordinarily rare occasion, an alien. And I'm talking apparently about 1 in 100,000 odds. Also, another quick Easter egg, if you click on this thing, it makes a sound and opens its eyes. And since we're back at the title screen, if you click on the leaves, well, they drop other leaves and make a fun little sound. And eventually make Junimos appear. Also, if you click on the E, you'll hear a knocking sound. Click on it for long enough, and an alien shows up. Aliens seem to be a recurring theme throughout Stardew Valley. I'm sure there's an interesting theory behind that. Here's an interesting one that even I didn't know about. Apparently, you can incubate slimes within your house, and your spouse will have interesting interactions with them. Unfortunately, I don't currently have a spouse, I only have these two idiots. Naturally, Abigail is going to be the best choice to interact with the slimes because she's the craziest of everyone in town. Now, I know the slimes can interact with the NPCs around town, they'll say hi to each other, stuff like that, but I've never seen what a spouse says to them or what they say to a spouse. Okay, so it seems to be when the slimes actually interact with her, when they cross her space, she actually hurts them. She's the invincible slime slayer because they can't hurt her, but she can hurt them. Too bad she couldn't do the same to the kids. Again, that just really speaks to the depth of this game because I had no idea that was even a thing, and I've played this game a lot more than anyone ever should. When you create a character, if you enter Concerned Ape as your favorite thing, you'll get additional text when consuming a star drop. Same goes for if you enter Stardew as your favorite thing, additional text when consuming a star drop. And here's one that's always a popular fan favorite. On the 28th day of any month at 12 o'clock sharp, you can find the Junimo Plush behind the playground in this bush. 12 o'clock sharp, 28th day. This is simply just a rare piece of furniture, that's the only place you can get it in the game, and if it wasn't for data miners, we probably never ever would have found this one. So go ahead and get this one, place it in your house. Use it to hopefully lock the children in the upper part. And then of course, there's tiny references all around town to all sorts of things going on. You rummage through Marnie's dresser, it's mostly long dresses, but there's a pair of brown suspenders in here as well, referring to her and Lewis's secret affair. Further verified, of course, by the note found in Mayor Lewis's dresser. Won't you come by tomorrow night? If you come through the back window, no one will notice. I'd like to see you more often. I know you're busy, but can't you make time for me? I hope to see you tomorrow. M. Then there's the fact that Abigail is not Pierre's daughter. She is in fact the wizard's daughter. As referenced by many small clues and lots of dialogue. I actually made a whole video on that. Alright, there are more secrets out there, but I feel like this is an acceptable amount, and these are some of the good secrets that I really liked. Let me know the ones out there that you guys have found that maybe other people haven't. Other than that, I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.